Coming up on Insight News, see why the city of Memphis has no vacancies and how a 12-year-old student ended up in a university classroom.
Also, see what historic Memphis landmark is getting a facelift and why some University of Memphis students have to dance in order to receive an education. All of this and much more on this edition of Insight News.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of Insight News. I'm Danielle Wilburn.
And I'm Nicole Blum. A historic district in Memphis is due for a makeover. The redevelopment plans for Overton Square were presented by Loeb Properties to the community in a public meeting. Plans are intact for the future of Overton Square. Bob Loeb and company presented the blueprints to local Memphians about the rebirth of the square. Hundreds, including lawyers, councilmen, and other political figures, gathered at Playhouse on the Square to see what is next for the area.
The mayor has been very helpful. We have really enjoyed working with the city, and we're looking forward to seeing how this thing unfolds.
Changes include a city-funded 3-story parking garage, local restaurants, and the addition of a 5th theater to the square. Construction is expected to begin in the spring of 2012 and looks to be completed in a timely manner. Loeb Properties asked for the approval from Memphians. Tonight's top story gives the city of Memphis a little less than 100%. The Occupy Wall Street protest has become an epidemic and has spread to cities across the nation. Now occupiers are making their voice heard here in the city of Memphis. Insight News has the story.
On October 6th, without having a clear set of demands, Memphians gathered at Overton Park to discuss their views on one of the most controversial and newsworthy economic issues of the year.
Has some time on it so that people that are just a housewife or somebody can take a sick day or something like that. So
occupiers gathered to discuss issues such as the loss of homes, jobs, income, and security in the post-crash economy, and they see little help coming from government offices or corporate suites. Many naysayers have called the citizens copycats and say that this is just something to create more madness, but one occupier feels that this is no different from the protests on Wall Street.
I think a lot of the reasons that the people are protesting right now in New York are the same reasons that people are gathering here. In the last year, our mayor, A.C. Warren, and city council have been attacking unions, which is going on all across the country, and they've been especially aggressive this year. And a lot of people are starting to get together and are kind of saying, like, you know, we're all in this thing together, we're the 99% or whatever they're calling it, and you know, it's time to let the people up top know that we're not going to take it anymore. So.
Later in the meeting, the occupiers assembled into smaller groups to gather information on sponsorship, protest dates, slogans, and to discuss the laws on freedom of speech. The occupiers gathered Saturday morning in downtown Memphis for a bigger protest and to discuss the issues that have emerged since the first meeting. I'm here at Civic Center Plaza, which is just across from Mayor A.C. Warren's office. And if you can see just behind me, occupiers have set up tents and are asking citizens for non-perishable items, foods, and beverages for those who would like to protest. Ralph Small, University of Memphis, Insight News.
Occupiers are asking Memphians to support them by donating food, water, and other non-perishable items. For more information on Occupy Memphis, visit occupymemphis.org.
Memphis is known to many as the home of blues and the birthplace of rock and roll. One school shows how it prepares students to become musical icons of tomorrow. The Soulsville Charter School is located behind the famous Stax Museum. It provides students with academic programs which are geared towards getting them ready for college. Executive Director Deshunt Brown started off at the Soulsville Charter School as a teacher.
The mission of the Soulsville Charter School is to prepare our students for success in college and in life in an academically rigorous, music-rich environment.
Along with the usual classes, many students are members of the school's orchestra. The Soulville Symphony Orchestra has performed for many musical icons which include Stevie Wonder, John Legend, and the late Isaac Hayes. One University of Memphis student could be the youngest person on campus. Arun Jubilati is a junior and a 12-year-old who majors in mathematics and economics. He dropped out of a Cordova Middle School at the age of 10. His parents enrolled him at the University of Memphis. The young student intends to graduate by 2014. He plans to earn his PhD by the age of 18.
When we return, see how students are hitting the dance floor to receive an education and how some children cope with a difficult disease.
And later, see how Coach Passion is demanding respect at the University of Memphis.
They say thank you can go a long way. Have you ever wanted to thank the brave men and women of our armed forces who risk their lives for us on a daily basis? Now salute America's Hero 44salute or visit saluteheroes.org on the web.
They've stormed beaches and freed countries. They've raised our flag and our hope. They've been called leathernecks. They've been called devil dogs. But above all, they're called Marines.
Did you know that a family of four can earn up to $50,000 a year and still be eligible for government health insurance for their children? If you or a friend have kids without medical insurance, call the uninsured helpline at 1-800-234-1317. In my role as a chief of surgery on a medical drama, I've become even more aware of the urgent need for health coverage. Call the uninsured helpline now at 1-800-234-1317.
Light on their feet and ready to teach. After attending a private Christian college in Nashville, Ebony Amos transferred to the University of Memphis to participate in the dance education program. She is currently working on her choreographed piece for the department's symphonies. She says the small class sizes has helped her develop her craft and given her advantage by allowing her to teach. The dance education program offers a large variety of scholarships which are awarded upon auditions and portfolios.
The results of a routine newborn screening changed one Mid-South family's life. It was soon after Parks Baldridge was born that parents Nicole and Robert Baldridge found out their newborn had a metabolic disorder known as PKU. Parks is now almost 6 months old and goes to the Bowling Center to see metabolic dietitian Sarah Sullivan every few weeks to measure his height, check his weight, and test his levels.
PKU, or phenylketonuria, is an inborn error of metabolism, and particularly a disorder for protein metabolism. So there is a liver enzyme deficiency, which is called phenylalanine hydroxylase.
Sullivan said the biggest concern when dealing with someone with PKU is controlling their diet. This means not consuming a lot of foods found in your homes, foods such as milk, cheese, and even a lot of meats. For now, Parks will grow up just like every other baby. His diet is restricted, but his future is not. A little blue and yellow with a hint of green was planted at the Memphis Botanic Gardens. However, they were not in the ground, but in the hearts of people. Down syndrome is the most common chromosome condition. The Down Syndrome Organization of the Mid-South embraces awareness every October. This year, they hosted more than 400,000 people to support their Step Up for Down Syndrome walk.
This event is to celebrate the talents and accomplishments of individuals with Down syndrome. We want to spread Down syndrome awareness throughout the community, and this is a great way to do it.
People with Down syndrome are reported to have a life expectancy between 50 to 60 years. Children and adults suffer from heart defects, hearing loss, and many other complications. Down syndrome occurs when there is an extra gene for chromosome 21. It affects at least 733 births worldwide. 800 people in the Mid-South live with Down syndrome. The American Diabetes Association is beginning November by designating the entire month to diabetes awareness. According to the association, an American is diagnosed with the disease every 17 seconds. It is said that it has also killed more people than breast cancer and AIDS combined. It is estimated that in 2050, 1 in 3 Americans will have diabetes. To help visit and stop diabetes, check out www.stopdiabetes.com or text 69866. After the break, Aretha Franklin isn't the only one demanding a little respect, and Breast Cancer Month wraps up with a couple of great events.
Freedom. It means different things to different people. For a person with a visual disability, a guide dog provides the opportunity to enjoy a full and active life. It can mean the freedom to go where they want to go and do what they want to do. That's why the law permits service dogs anywhere that's open to the public. To learn more, contact the Guide Dog Foundation for the Blind at 1-800-548-4337 or on the web at guidedog.org.
626,000 investors.
That's how many people SIPC has helped since 1970.
Over $15 billion.
That's how much SIPC has made it possible for investors to recover.
SIPC.
That's the Securities Investor Protection Corporation.
An investor's first in the unlikely event that a brokerage firm fails.
SIPC, for real people. Like me.
And you.
Life can be frustrating, but with e-file from the IRS, you can do your federal taxes online with tax software or even through your tax preparer. It's easy, and you'll get your refund faster too. Find out more at irs.gov.
Coach Josh Pastner has teamed up with the university off the court to promote civility and respect for the university.
Students at the University of Memphis were asked to take part in a campaign for civility and respect, featuring University of Memphis head basketball coach Josh Pastner. I'm standing here in front of the University Center where students are gathering to see Coach Josh Pastner speak on civility and sportsmanship, two values the university hopes to instill in their students as well as their athletes. His speech begins as one of 3 main events during the campaign, with others to follow. Also getting involved are numerous student organizations as well as departments on campus and alumni.
The Civility Campaign is basically a year-long campaign that's really going to help put that out there for student, faculty, and staff to act civil, to act respectful, to know that everybody should be treated equally.
The Civility Campaign Pledge is an effort the university is making in hopes of students and athletes learning to have more respect and appreciation for one another. Coach Pastner led the event in a seminar where he expressed the importance of leadership, respect, and sportsmanship both on and off the court, followed by a question and answer session where he interacted with the audience. The program explores ways to promote respect for others and the community, all efforts aimed at creating a more civil campus.
His speech today spoke on that topic, and I think that's very important. I think it's important on our campus to talk about that now because it's things that we value.
Pastner addressed conduct at games, as well as how students and fans can use good conduct and civility in their everyday lives. For more information, visit www.memphis.edu/respect.
Before we go, we'd like to give a special thank you to WREG News Channel 3 for donating their news desk to Insight News. I'm Nicole Blum.
And I'm Danielle Wilburn. Good night.